Welcome to Mishna, Salem, Terumot, Perek Daled, Mishnah Vav. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss the basket that we use to measure. All right, so 3 times a year, we actually measure this basket to see how many fruits fit inside. And we're going to explain this Mishnah according to Harambam. Other Mefashim have different explanations here, as we'll explain. 3 times a year, we would figure out how much the basket would hold. Now, what exactly is this basket? So this basket, first of all, it holds fruits. It holds a certain amount of fruits, and different times of the year, right? Right? In the early stages, in the Seyafot is really towards the right. The Seyafot is in the middle, right, in the middle of the season, and in Seyafot. So Seyafot is the end of the season, right, the Sof, and the Emtza Kaitz is the middle of the summer. So why are we doing this? The fruits themselves would take up much more space when they are healthier in the beginning of the season, right? The first fruits, let's say at the beginning, the basket could hold 100 oranges, right? Then towards the middle of the summer, it could maybe only hold 100, it'll hold more, it'll hold 110 because the fruits got a little smaller. And towards the really end of the season, it'll hold the end of the kites, right? They already start to shrivel up a little, it'll hold 150. Okay, so now we know how many fruits fit in this basket. So when you're separating, right? When we're separating and you go ahead and giving the Kohen these fruits, you know exactly what you're giving him. Now the Mishnah continues, if you're counting exactly how many fit in, that's praised. Hamoded, right? If you actually moded is measuring it out, right? That's even greater. Vashokel, if you're weighing it, meshubach mishloshtan. That's the best out of all the 3. Now the question begs itself is, what are you talking about? I thought you're not supposed to go ahead and measure the terumah that you're giving. We said it's supposed to be done with an estimation. So first of all, why are we measuring this basket? Why is it so important to us? And secondly, what's this end of the Mishnah talking about? That we're talking about that if you're actually measuring it precisely, it's great. We just said you're not allowed to do it like that. You have to go ahead and estimate. And because of this question, Harambam points out, and he says this Mishnah is talking about not terumah. It's talking about terumat maaser. Terumah, we mentioned earlier, you need to go ahead and estimate. But when it comes to terumat maaser, what Levi takes off and separates as terumah to give to the Kohen, that needs to be measured. And we actually go ahead and measure the basket, how many fruits it would hold. And this is really praiseworthy. We need to be medakdek. Right, and this is what he says. This is what Harambam says, that the dash din ze eno ela bitrumat maaser, but truma gedola, as we mentioned earlier, you only let it do so. You only let it separate it be'omed. Right, and this is what the Talmud says. Shebitrumat maaser tzarich lidakdek me'od b'shiura. Right, so that's how Harambam explains this Mishnah. Other Mefashim don't explain like this. Other Mefashim explain that we're talking about a basket. We're trying to figure out how much fruit fit in the basket, and then you could estimate and take from it. Right? There are different explanations, but Terumah goes in more in that direction. But as we said, Harambam actually sets up this Mishnah as speaking about Terumat Maaser.